inclusive growth focus on ease of living rather than the ease of doing business. Problems with India's growth model. India has rapid strides in its economic growth, wherein the GDP size has increased from $275 billion in 1991 to 2.7 trillion in 2019. It is also considered to be the fastest growing major economies across the world. However, such a growth model has failed to promote balanced, equitable, and inclusive growth. For instance, India's ranking on various human development indicators such as HDI, Global Hunger Index (GHI), and Multi-Dimensional Poverty Index (MPI), Environmental Performance Index, etc., continues to remain poor. Similarly, PLFS report has highlighted that unemployment has increased to 45-year high of 6.1%. There are number of reasons for the poor outcomes of India's growth story. Firstly, the government has excessively focused on enhancing the GDP growth rates without giving due emphasis on enhancing the human capabilities. For instance, India's expenditure on education and health is hardly about 3 and 1.3% of GDP respectively. Secondly, the government has failed to incorporate bottom-up and people-centered approach in its policies, which could have empowered the people and led to better outcomes. Government has excessively focused on improving ease of doing business to attract foreign capital, but it has failed to focus on improving ease of living of its citizens. Thirdly, most of the government schemes and programs are considered to be top-down in approach without the involvement of the stakeholders. For instance, one of the major reasons for the success of even Manrega program is its participatory approach, wherein the Gram Sabha members decide on the utilization of the Manrega funds. However, other government schemes and programs have failed to incorporate such a participatory approach, leading to less than satisfactory results. What can be done to improve the development outcomes? India's growth outcomes can be improved by learning from the development models followed by the China and some other states in India. Even though China is non-democratic country, it has given the due emphasis on the human development, which is evident in China's better ranking on the various human development indicators as compared to India. On the other hand, in spite of being democratic country, India is yet to reach a level of development which China attained way back in 1990s. Thus, there is a need to adopt people-centered policies rather than growth-centered policies to have better outcomes. Similarly, some of the states in India have also taken a lead and shown as to how bottom-up and people-centered policies have transformative impact on the lives of the people. Example, Kerala government has followed participative model of governance in order to empower the people at grassroots level. It has emerged as the frontrunner in empowering the Panchayat Raj institutions with constitutionally mandated functions and finances. It has also focused on the women employment through Kudumbashri scheme, which is considered to be a model scheme for multifaceted development of women. Such a participative model of governance has enabled Kerala to be well ahead of all other states and match China in terms of human development indicators. Similarly, Delhi government has adopted common man's model, wherein it has kept the common man at the center of the various government policies and schemes. It has given the due emphasis on the health and education, and in order to ensure success of the government's intervention, it has focused on the active participation of the stakeholders. For instance, it has established the school management committees which involve parents. The budget for training teachers has increased by more than 5 times. This has enabled the Delhi's government school to have much better performance than the private schools. Similarly, public health expenditure has more than doubled. Mohalla clinics have been set up in the poor colonies to provide accessible and affordable health care. Way forward, the government has to realize the ease of living is much wider and more comprehensive as compared to ease of doing business. While improvement in the ease of doing business can lead to increase in the private sector investment, but improvement in the ease of living can lead to both better development outcomes and attract private sector investment. It is so because a balanced, inclusive and sustainable growth can enhance the income levels of the people and attract greater amount of private sector investment. Ultimately, Gandhi's philosophy of putting the last man first should be the sole guiding light for the government's policies.